Hey everybody, Gary here with Guitar Tricks, and in this video I'm going to show you one of my favorite new pedals, the Tech 21 Flyrig 5 V2. So this is a pedal that I use at home into my audio interface on my computer. I use it for live guitar instruction going into Zoom so I could get really great sound through my interface DI. I use it to go front of house straight into a PA system in a live setting. It's so small I put it on my pedal board so that I could just use the effects and just bypass the built-in amp model and just use it as a stomp box. It's just got so much to it, and it's tiny. It's the size of just two regular pedals. So in this video I'm just going to run you through some of my favorite ways to use it and some of the different possibilities and what makes this pedal just so versatile. And I could tune up using this before I start. It's got a great built-in tuner, very responsive. And while I'm tuning, please go ahead and click subscribe so that you get all of the latest and greatest content from Guitar Tricks. Just a little out there. Always good to tune times two. Excellent. All right, so first let's talk about my clean tone, how I'm recording. I've got a Ernie Ball Music Man Cutlass guitar going into a Fender 30 tube amp from 1980. Recently given a complete makeover, retube, all that good stuff. Miking that with a Shure SM58 going into a Scarlett interface, 2-channel interface into Logic. So that's how I'm recording. Here's my clean tone. I'm on the neck pickup right now. Everything's full blast, tone and volume. No reverb, nothing. All right, so now let's look at the pedal. The reason why it's called the Flyrig is because it literally gives you everything you need. You can just take it on the plane, fit it in your backpack, good to go. So let's start with the reverb. You have one knob on the reverb. That controls everything, but you can control the size of the reverb. You could either do big or small. If it's not pressed in, you're gonna have a smaller reverb. So right now, let's put the reverb in the middle. And right now it's not pushed in, so this is the smaller sounding reverb. That's really all you need. That's a nice kind of bare minimum reverb. I'd probably even put it a little less, but it's a good all-purpose reverb. Now let's get a little more spacey. I'm going to press it in. We can max it out. Nice. All right, so for the purposes of this review, I'm gonna go with the short reverb. All right, now let's check out the delay. Really nice. Start with everything in the middle. Nice. I can make the level much more subtle. Right. Maybe do less repeats. Right, very simple. I can make it much longer. All right. Now I can press this drift button and it adds a little bit of an unpredictable layer onto it. If I press the 8th note, I get the sound of a dotted 8th. So I could do tap tempo, so let's say I just want like a slow boop, 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 boop. So the blonde, that's the preamp, the SansAmp that's built into this, and that can just be used as an amp simulator to go DI into an audio interface or into a PA system. You could also just use it into your amp. It's just going to change the character a little bit. Also gives you a master volume. So here it is without it. Here it is with it. And then this, if I depress that little volume thing, that emulates the sound of miking a big speaker cabinet with multiple speakers. Just smooths out the sound a little bit, less peaks and valleys, less sharp, more of a warmer, even kind of a sound. So there it is with the speaker cabinet. And then without. Very warm sounding. Let's mess with the drive on this. Let's give it a little boost. Let's give it a little plexi. All right, then we got the plexi section. There's two options, Cali, either on or off. So when you press the Cali button, it's definitely warmer, but it's definitely more aggressive without it. Also, I've got the tone dialed down a bit. One thing I found though is on the Plexi, you have to keep the level like really low. I tend to never go past 2 on that to make it match my clean tone. I could only imagine if I cranked it, what would happen. I'm not gonna do it here. As you can see, it's at like 1 or 2, and compared to my clean tone, right? Then we have a boost. So the boost is gonna just give you a nice clean boost on your clean tone. And then we have pre and post. So if it's not engaged, you can get a pre-boost up to 20 decibels. If it is engaged, you can get a post-boost up to 12 decibels. So honestly, I don't really know what that means, but let's see what the difference sounds like. So now it's not engaged, and I'm gonna put it almost maxed out. Quite a boost. And now it is engaged. So when it's engaged, the boost is more subtle, I'll say that. But still a boost. All right, so that gives you some of the ideas of the tones that you can get from this thing. So one of the other great features about this is at the same time, I could be going through my amp and then going into my interface. Let me show you how that works. All right, so this right here, this is the secret weapon. So I usually keep this thing right under my desk. I do a lot of online lessons, and I put this in here. It's a mic XLR. That goes into my Scarlett interface right here, and that goes into my computer. And so if I'm doing anything online, I use this as my audio source on my computer, and it picks up all these sounds. And with the preamp, it sounds wonderful. At the same time, I'm still going out into my amplifier. So for me, in the room, I could still get my tone that I want, but through the computer, you're gonna get a mix of whatever's coming through my microphone and the SansAmp, and I could kind of mix those two together. And I sometimes like to record that way when I make videos. I like to get a little of the room mic and a little of the DI and mix it together. Also, when I'm practicing, I can just put my headphones in my interface and take out this so it doesn't go to the amp or shut off the amp, and I can just play along to whatever I'm listening to on my computer, you know, a YouTube video, or if I'm transcribing, or an MP3 or whatever, or just nothing. I can just listen to myself play through my interface when my guitar is going through this for processing. So the fact that this is such a small footprint, it's tiny and it's light, is amazing. And it was recommended to me by one of the most successful wedding and corporate party band guys in Austin, Texas, who hired me to be a fill-in guitar player. He said that he's used, you know, a lot of the more popular, bigger ones, the Kemper and all that other stuff, and he really prefers the sound of this because it's analog, it's not digital. And so this analog preamp, he found that it was more responsive, more like a tube amp in the way it responded to his playing. I don't have much experience with the Kemper and those other modelers, so I don't know, but this works for me. Another thing it has, so here in the back panel, we also have a send and return. So I actually like to put this on the bottom of my pedal board, and I could have my modulation effects go before this, and then I could have my distortion effects come after this through the send and return, and then into my amp. So, you know, if I'm using it as a stomp box. So much you get in a small package. I believe these retail for about $2.99. I actually bought this one used for quite a bit less than that. All right, everybody, so it goes without saying, I highly recommend the Tech 21 Flyrig 5 V2. Very versatile little pedal. I really can't complain about it. The only thing, like I said, that's a little weird for me is that on the distortion Plexi channel, you don't have much room with the volume. Just 1, 2, 3 is all I ever play around, so it's a bit of a mismatch, but you know, I make it work. That's just the only thing. Other than that, just amazing, the value for the price and all the things you could do with it. You have that XLR out, you could use it as a stomp box, you could use it as an amp modeler, really high quality metal casing, really high quality buttons. I will assume that this thing is gonna last me for many years to come. All right, everybody, happy playing, have fun, and I'll see you in the next video.